Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by today's title, today's video is a review of the Master Collection for Jaclyn Hill for Morphe brush collection. Now I've had this for a month, something like that, and I've been trying it out and I thought it was about time I came on to share my opinion with you. So just to put it out there, these are these are just a selection of my current brushes, just because the rest are in other containers on my desk. So it is clear to say I have tested out a good amount of makeup brushes, so I think I have a pretty good opinion if you ask me. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. Let's talk about these. I do have some brushes from my previous collection in here, just because in here is now my holy grail. That is how much I enjoy these makeup brushes. I thought it would be fitting for me to wear like a DP burgundy lip, because I just feel like Jaclyn is what she'd go for. Also, my makeup is absolutely nothing special because it is 8:30 at night and I've had this makeup on since like 7:30 this morning. So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna get started and just tell you about each brush, and then I just figured that would be the most helpful. Now what I will say is I haven't used all of them, and I'll explain why I haven't used the ones that I haven't used, but I am glad I got the whole set. But let's just get into it. So obviously I used Jaclyn's discount code because you'd be silly not to. So the first brush that I used was the JH03, obviously, because that is a foundation brush. I am a foundation brush user. I prefer a brush to a sponge, always have, just because it's faster. I love doing my makeup, but I don't like to spend ages doing my makeup. When I see that people spend like half an hour, I'm like, why? The longest I have spent doing my makeup was probably about 15 minutes. And that's enough, But yeah, I love this brush. It's so soft, it gets your foundation on so quick, and there's zero shedding. And I really like the size and shape of it. Not too big, not too small. Now, what I did use was a sponge for my concealer. But obviously this is a brush set, so you don't get sponges. So the concealer brush is the JH08. I'm converted. I am converted. Obviously I wanted to use all of them in order to be able to give you an opinion. And blending out my concealer with this is like, I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. If I want to be a little bit faster, I'll dab it out of a sponge first and then come over with this. But I get it. I'm here for it, and I'm not disappointed. I am not disappointed. So then I go to setting my full face. So first I just went for the Bis Boy, this big bad boy, and this is the JH01, just because I just want to say I've never had a brush this big, and I am looking at potentially two that are either the same or one that could potentially rival this. But I thought that this would just be like me Patrick starring it, do you know what I mean? And this was my go-to for setting my face until I realised I hadn't used another one. So if you want to do like a quick all-over translucent, I recommend this. But if you're like me and you use like a skin tone, like foundation powder sort of thing, I like the JH02. Just 'cause it's a little bit small, well, it's a lot bit smaller. The lighting is not the best, sorry. And you can just control it more. Whereas this is just so big. Even though I've got a big head, it's just a little bit better. Now, I haven't had any shedding as of yet, but as you would have just seen, I was attempting to pick up. Can you see here? There's like a stray hair. It's definitely stuck in there, but it's stray. I'm just gonna leave it because I don't know. Look, can you see? That's not even coming out, but it's just not blended in. That's fine. But yeah, I do really enjoy these two things, like I said, for different things. So Patrick Star, translucent everywhere, but then foundation powder, this one. So for the bronzer, she recommends the, not bronzer, contour, JH05, which for me is different. It's a domed brush. I've always used a slanted brush, and it's quite small. But I get it. Once again, I'm a convert. Yeah. It fits nicely. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it fits everywhere nicely. And if you're not into a harsh contour, then definite, because I don't like a line. I like a little bit defined sort of look, and you can get that with the JH05. Now it does come with a slanted brush, which is the JH04, but I use this for my bronzer because my bronzer and my contour are two completely different things. And yeah, this is just a really nice bronzer brush. They are all incredibly soft, and like I said, no shedding, but just random little stray hairs, which, oh, there we go, that one came out. But usually they don't, not usually, but the ones that I've just picked up on haven't come out, but that one did. But yeah, no issues. I do really like this for my bronzer. I could just choke my face all day with these brushes, I'm not gonna lie. So for setting my under eye, I use the JH07. Just if it fits perfect. If you want to dab, if you want to swipe, you could maybe use it for your T-zone. If you want to use like a lighter powder to set those areas, it's just a really nice T-shaped brush. No complaints, no stray hairs, no shedding. Did I just go bug-eyed? But yeah, again, really like this brush. Then for blush, we have the JH06. I didn't know how I was going to feel about this. I didn't know if I was going to love it, or if I was just going to be like, well, I just, not love it. I didn't know if I was going to like it, or if I thought it was just going to be, because it looks very light. It's not dense. There's not really a whole lot going on. But I get why, because this one does shed a bit, I will say. Considering it's so light. So there, just then, 3 hairs alone, and I'm being pretty gentle. Because it's so light, what am I trying to say? With blusher, you can be a little bit too heavy-handed. With this brush, you cannot be heavy-handed because it's a light brush. So I understand, but yeah, I'm not overwhelmed or underwhelmed by this brush, but I still use it every day because it's part of my brush collection. That's my opinion on that. Then I think this is the last of the base brushes. Yeah, the highlight brush. So this is the JH09. It's only just grown on me. This has taken me weeks to get into. I just felt like, is that the right one? Yeah. I just felt as though it was just too heavy, too much, too, I don't know what. As much as I love highlighter, I'm just so used to it going on differently to how this brush was applying it, that I was just like, I don't like this brush. Because my highlighter brush prior to this was this one, which isn't too dissimilar. This is the Real Techniques, but I don't know, I just felt like this puts on a lot of highlighter. Even though it's diffused beautifully and stuff like that, it's just a lot. So if you aren't going on a night out and you want a light highlight, go light. Just go light. I do enjoy it though, because it's all I've been using. Okay, and then we've got the eye brushes. So I'm just going to go in with the ones that I use the most on the daily. So we have, which look very similar, but We have the JH32, the JH31 and the JH34 are my go-tos. Love these brushes. First colour, second colour, third colour. So most diffused, a little bit more defined is how I use those. Love them. I also love the JH30. This can be like really diffusing out the first shade or putting on your first shade that's even lighter. Do you know what I mean? Like if you really want to go in, love this brush. Didn't think I would love it as much as I do because it's so large, but I do really enjoy that brush. I then also really enjoy, so my inner tear duct and brow bone brush is now the JH42. I love this because it's so small and I'm so particular with my brow highlight. Like I just like a little bit there. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. And then underneath the eye pencil brushes, the JH38 and the JH39, again love. I did first use this for my highlight, that's why it's not like dark, but this has now been not demoted but changed to under eye. And this is the thing when it comes to makeup, as much as what these brushes are made for to be used for, you don't have to use them for. If you find another use for it, then you do you. And then we have the ones that I've used but not so much. So that is these. So we have the JH41 flat shader. I've used this once or twice when I was on a holiday for some packing on some lid colours. Average, you know, just packing on the lid colour shadow brush. Just haven't used it too much because I work all the time and my makeup's pretty basic on a work day. Now these are just extra blending brushes, which for when I have the time to really do my makeup, then these would come into use, but other than that I just use the other ones. But these are the JH33, 37, 35 and 36. I have used them, as you can see there's a little bit of pigment on them all, but they've not had as much love as those other ones. But in time they will. Just checking, no shedding, just eyeshadow. And then the ones, this one, oh I did really enjoy this, but I always forget about it. This is the JH40, again for when you've got real time, you've got some real definition in that corner, perfect. But my work-life balance is not great and all I do is work, so my makeup is boring. And then these two are the ones that I haven't used at all, and they are the JH10 and the JH43, and they are the flat ones. This may come in for the nose contour when I'm going out. I've yet to go out, and this one I'm just not sure. So overall I absolutely love them, and these are the brushes that have made it from my previous collection. So this is real random slanted one, it's different. These two, I don't know why, but I love them so much that I just felt like I needed them. The Urban Decay Smokes brush, just love that brush. And this random fluffy one, just because, again, it was one of my faves. But that is my review on the Jaclyn Hill Master Collection, which I love. And honestly, I really enjoy doing my makeup every day with these, just because they're my new babies. And I'm so glad I invested in them, and the travel case is amazing. Taking that on holiday and just opening that out on the sink, and then, oh, so much easier than having brushes everywhere. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll respond to you, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a vlog. Bye!